Hi guys, this is the 3-knife challenge that's been going around. I saw it from Southpaw Davey in Switzerland, and so this is my addition to it, although for me it's very hard to come up with just 3 knives, but I guess the idea was the oldest knife, the most used knife, and your everyday carry, I think, were the 3 choices. Well, mine will be, this is my oldest knife. I've had this since I was 10. It's just a sheath knife. It's a Solingen. It's just got a plastic handle, but it was well made and it's still going strong. Even the tang's still good on it. But good steel, sharpens easy. I've had that since I was 10. Good knife. Solingen steel, or from Solingen. This one is a Puma Pathfinder. I've had this probably since I was about 14. And that served me as my farm and associated knife for 20 odd years, and as you can see, it is worn out. The spring's gone on it, point's gone, it's worn down quite a bit, and this handle, whether you can see, but that was a crisscross hatch pattern and it's worn smooth on both sides. So that was a crisscross hatch grip, smooth from being in my pocket every day. So that would have been my everyday carry for 20 something odd years, this one. Puma Pathfinder. I'd love to get another one. That one I think was actually made in Germany. Most of the cheaper Pumas these days are made in China. So anyway, and then so my third everyday carry, actually, is this one, because it's always on my keyring. It's a Swiss Army Classic, and I use that very often, mostly for nails, and it's got a toothpick and a tweezers as the usual, and I use them a lot, and it's got a nice little knife. So that would be my 3, because this is the oldest, this was the most used EDC. It's not used now. This hasn't been used for a long time, 20 something odd years this hasn't been used for, 25 years probably. So it's been retired and just part of my collection. But my EDC knives, because I collect knives, I have a different knife I can use every day or more. So this is a small selection of my collected knives. So all of these have had their service and I love every one of them, and they've all had lots of use. Of these, my favorites are the Laoul French knife with the honeybee, and this is just a beautiful knife. I wish I could afford them. This was, I bought used from somebody in Quebec, and it is just a beautiful knife. I think it's the best shaped knife I have. I love it, and I wish I could afford the $200 to $300 they want for the new versions of this. This probably is fairly old. I'm not sure, maybe 70s or somewhere around there. The Lou, I think, somebody would probably know, because that's usually the guy that made it. Laoul. But that's my favourite shape knife. Doesn't get used all that much. it would be a good dinner knife, steak knife, excellent for that. So this is getting a little bit off track, so really the only reason I'm showing you these is because my everyday carry these days is any one of these knives, and it just depends on what I'm doing or where I'm going. If I'm in the garden, then it's probably one of these Opinels, the 9. This is a 9, that's a 9. These are all 8, well they're 8s. This is the new style. This one has a whistle in it. It's plastic handle, but I like it. It's got a serrated edge. I've been using this one a lot lately, and it's had some love. So I recommend this one. I like the serrated for cutting rope and twine. Straight edge blades sometimes, unless they're really sharp, don't cut twine as well as the serrated does. So this one's handy for rope and twine. Anyway, that's that one. The blue one is a 7. These are 6s, and then this one. This is for you, Davey. This is my Opinel number 8 flick knife. If it's gonna flick. Maybe not. It helps if it's not locked. There. Not too many of the Opinels do that, but this is very loose, and the blade itself is very loose. Can't do it with one hand. Can't concentrate on the camera, and yeah. So it's like a flick knife, which is not normal for an Opinel. Usually they're quite stiff, the blades, but this one's the opposite. And this one, although it has a lock here to lock the blade, you just twist it and that stops the blade. It also stops the blade in your pocket from moving. And that's so loose that comes undone. That's why I have this little ponytail bungee around it here, double wrapped, to stop it from opening in my pocket. But I've got so many I don't need to use this one. Anyway, that's it then. My favourite knives are the Spyderco what are they? Not Endurers, there's the can't think of the name of it. Begins with a D. Slipped, it's gone out of my mind. But they're very sharp. Sharpest knives I own are these Spydercos. So they get used carefully. But they're good for one-handed opening and closing. And then of course my Swiss Army knives, which I love this wooden, I think this is one of the basic ones, can't think of it. And my favourite that I carry in a backpack is this Fieldmaster. I have plenty of others, but this one is the one I use. And if I want a slightly smaller one, this is a Wenger Evo 18, and it has the same things that Field Marshal does. And it's another great knife. And Wenger knives are just as good as, or Wenger, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I think it's Wenger. They're just as good as the SAKs. And then one that I got last year that I love, this is one I carry when I just go out for a walk with the dog. This is a new release of an old one. It's called a Walker, this version of it. And it just has three it has a blade, the saw, and corkscrew. Sorry guys, back again. I was talking about this. I didn't realise this video had timed out. So I was talking about this knife, which is the Walker. So that's all that's on it. And this is one of the 80mm knives. It's not the full size ones, so it's quite compact. But it's a great little knife for just a quick grab to carry, to have something with you. And as you see here, I have a few more knives here. They're all over the place. I have knives under my computer here, everywhere. There's my wombat. Anyway, so, and this is my Swedish Pucko knives, and these have the most comfortable handle of any knife I own. Scandi, somewhat similar to the one that you're holding in the picture, except yours is Norwegian style. These have got the curly birch handles, but similar idea. I have two of these. I have that one, and I have the shorter blade one, which I use for carving. Okay. And then I have this one, which is the nicest looking one. It's comfortable. But these are Swedish style rather than Norwegian style. Anyway, that's all. That was just to wind this video up. I didn't realise I'd timed out. Went over my 10 minutes that my camera's capable of. So that's all. It was just to show you finish the video off, the 3 knife challenge, and thanks for watching. That's all. Bye for now.